Kylie Jenner just launched her skincare line Kylieskin, and I am so happy that we finally have the ingredients to look at. Today I am recapping all of the ingredients for the products to see if they are any good, what you can expect, and understand what's in them so that you can decide if it's right for your skin and worth the money. In this video we are talking about the Milky Toner. I don't actually know why it's called the Milky Toner because when we look at the ingredients I don't see anything super milky about it. We have also reviewed a lot of the other products in the line, but this toner is actually quite interesting to me. So let's discuss what's in it, starting in the order of concentration. I like that this toner is alcohol free. Some alcohols can dry the skin. What's funny is that there are alcohols in almost every single other product that she creates, and the alcohols that she uses in those other products are more emulsifying alcohols, but still it's funny that it's kind of branded as alcohol free, but this is the only product that doesn't contain alcohol. So the first ingredient is that water, okay? The second ingredient is glycerin, which is also inside of the cleanser. Glycerin, also known as glycerol, is a humectant. It is moisturizing. It is also used in the food industry, which we have talked about. Don't eat these products, not going to be good for you. This is a toner. I would recommend using it in a moisturizer or in something that stays on the skin, depending on what you need, but it's a decent ingredient and I like to see it very high up on the list because remember, skincare ingredients are created in the order of concentration. Next we have squalene. Squalene is an oil that our skin naturally produces, and squalene is an excellent ingredient in skincare products. I love it, especially in moisturizers and in serums. My question is, why is this in a toner? Squalene is an oil. Oils tend to sit on the skin, and oils can block other products from working. For instance, AHA acids, which are really good exfoliators, they can't do their work as well because they live in water-soluble environments, whereas squalene is an oil. Now, this also gets really interesting because if this was in a moisturizer or in a serum, I think this would be excellent. But the purpose of a toner is literally to balance the pH of the skin and to prepare the skin to absorb the other products better. That's why we tone our faces and our noses, is to get rid of blackheads and to make other products that we're gonna put on next actually do their work. So why would there be squalene in here that kind of blocks some of those other ingredients from working, especially since this toner stays on the skin? I don't totally understand, and if there is a reason for this, somebody please explain to me, because I kind of see it as something backwards, but it makes sense that this toner is something that Kylie said removes the rest of her makeup, because the oil in here is going to remove the makeup better than the cleanser did, honestly. The oil will do a better job of actually breaking down those particles of foundation or waterproof mascara, etc. Next we have dicapryl ether. This is another oil, essentially an oil ester. This is a skin conditioner, but it is non-greasy, so it should kind of nourish the skin, make it feel velvety but not like gunky. It is an alternative to silicone, so we might have a nice silicone feel when it comes to this toner. Then we've got some neopentyl glycol diethylhexanate. This is an emollient and a conditioner. Again, it's a skin softener. It's probably being put in there to try to make this feel silky. Then we have phenoxyethanol, and if you actually look at it, it has ethanol at the end. So this is technically an alcohol, but again, it is a non-drying one. So I can see why she said it's alcohol free, but like, this happens to be an aromatic alcohol, so it's probably being put in here for the scent and to modify what the product smells like, but it's also a preservative, so it makes sure that bacteria or fungus doesn't grow in the product, which is a good thing. And then we've got some apricot kernel oil. Again, this is great to have in there, and I love apricot oils in other skincare products, but why in a toner? A toner should prep the skin to absorb other acids or other things that you have in a serum or a moisturizer. And to me, putting apricot kernel oil in here would just block that from happening. So I don't understand this totally. Then next we do have apple fruit extract, and perhaps this is being used as malic acid. Malic acid is a great brightener and an exfoliator. It's an AHA acid, but remember, AHAs are water soluble. So if you put this in a product that has oil, it's not really gonna get where it needs to get in the skin because the oil would block it from penetrating. I just don't understand that at all. Because in this formula it seems like the skin wouldn't even absorb it. Maybe the apple is being used for scent. For me, manu nahi pata. The next is sorbitan stearate. This is a waxy type of a product, and then it's also a fragrance, so this is probably where we're getting some of the smell from. Then we have PPG-26, beYoutiful-26, which I had to Google. This is actually pretty common in some skincare ingredients as well. It's a very common conditioner, again, adds this softness to the face, and it is a fragrance. Again, a lot of these ingredients keep on repeating themselves. Do we need so many conditioners or so many fragrances? But maybe they work together in a way that I don't understand and create some really beautiful thing to happen in the product that I'm just not aware of because it launched today and I don't have it in my hand. Then we have polyglycerol 3-laurate. This is an emollient that again gives the product a little bit of that slip and that nice kind of soft feel. There are a lot of glycerin. Polyglycerol is mini glycerol molecules that are kind of bound together, and then it is attached to lauric acid. This could come from a number of different oils. Lauric acid is usually derived from coconut oil, and seeing as this is a vegan product and she used so many coconut derived ingredients in the cleanser, I would assume that's what it is, but I don't know for sure. Then glycerol stearate. This is again in a ton of different skincare products and it's basically a skin softener. Then we have PEG 100 stearate, which just like glycerol stearate is it's a skin conditioner, and they are a little bit different, but they do work in a very similar way. This stearate, however, happens to be water soluble. So again, why is it in an ingredient that has all these oils? Whatever. Then we have PEG 40 hydrogenated castor oil. This is great. Again, it's an emulsifier, and this is a surfactant. If you remember, a surfactant is an ingredient that helps to bring things together that normally don't want to hang out. If you mix water and oil, doesn't matter how much you try to mix those together, they're going to separate. A surfactant goes in and says, no, y'all are gonna mix, and it makes that happen. So it helps to combine the oils and water, which maybe does something in here that explains why the apple is in there, or maybe it makes the apple actually get a chance to work. Not totally sure. And we have chloropensine, which is a preservative. We have some avocado oil, which I love, but again, why is an oil in a toner, even if it has surfactants in there? Avocado oil has a lot of oleic and palmitoleic acid, which you can find in other oils as well. But again, it's a good one, and avocado isn't really traditional for skincare, so maybe this is the start of a new trend, or maybe there's something, some antioxidant property about it that I don't yet understand that is awesome for the skin. So that's pretty cool. But what I really like to see right after that is this sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is great for the skin. It's generally okay for acne-prone skin. It's good, it's a moisturizer, but again, why is it in a toner instead of a moisturizer or a serum? I just don't understand. This next ingredient was super, super interesting. It's banana leaf extract. And I had to Google this because I have not seen banana leaf extract inside of skincare much before. And I thought to myself, what exactly is this? What does it do? Is this just marketing hype? But I did some research, and specifically ResearchGate. They are a publication house that usually has some really good, credible medical articles that most of the time you don't have to pay for. Some of them are pay only if you don't have like a university login, but you can purchase articles, or sometimes articles are posted for free. And if you want, I will link you to the specific one. But essentially, they looked at this banana leaf extract and found that it might have anti-wrinkle properties. This is not going to give you a brand new face, and again, in the amount that's being put in this toner and the amount of toner that you use, is it actually going to work? Who knows? But in research and in science, it does seem promising. I did want to know if this research was done in animals or humans. It was actually done with fetal bovine serum, which is basically baby cow fetuses. That's how this one research study tested it. But when they actually looked at how adding it caused changes, it could potentially be promising. So this is something that I hope to learn more about, and I hope that more research is done. Next, we have sucrose cocoate. This is a skin conditioning agent from sugar. Then we have some acrylates, specifically C10, C30 alkyl acrylate cross polymer. This is really common in skincare. You see it in some foundations sometimes. It's a thickener and a stabilizer. So maybe the product was too runny and they needed to thicken it. Then we have jojoba seed oil. I love this ingredient. Jojoba mimics the natural oils of the skin, which is great, but again, why is this in a toner? I don't understand. Then we have fragrance or perfume. Why? But also we've done a video on fragrance, so if you want to see that video, you can watch it right here and see how fragrance is debunked and why some companies decide to use it in like a secret way. Then we've got Chondrus crispus extract. And when I saw this, I was like, hold up a minute, I recognize this. It's essentially carrageenan from seaweed or red algae. I decided to Google this because I know that it made the skin soft, but I wanted to see exactly what it was doing. It could potentially be adding some antioxidants, it could potentially be making the skin soft, and it could also be Irish moss, which is a type of seaweed. So that's cool. Then this is the product that did contain disodium EDTA. Again, this is super common. I don't love it, but it's not bad. It's a preservative, and again, it helps some of those metals to mix in different products. Then we have aminomethylpropanol. This is actually very common in chemistry. It's used as a buffering agent or a pH balancer, and I guess I'm not surprised to see it in skincare. I've seen it in some products before. This was probably added to change the pH of this toner. That would be my best guess, but again, I don't know, I wasn't there. Then we have 1,2-hexanediol. Again, we spoke about this in the cleanser, but it is a humectant, an emollient, and a preservative, and it's got this type of a structure. It's a cute little guy, and it's actually pretty common. You see it in tons of skincare ingredients. Then we have sodium hyaluronate. Again, this is the hyaluronic acid cream. Sodium hyaluronate is a salt of hyaluronic acid, holds on to thousands of times its weight in water, and do you remember, has a small molecular weight, which means that it penetrates the skin pretty well, and it is hydrating and moisturizing. Then we have this hydroxyacetophenone. This was in the cleanser as well, and I guessed that it was a crystalline structure preservative, but I wasn't totally sure. When I Googled it, it actually came up as a plant metabolite or a preservative, so it could potentially be a preservative or have some sort of a purpose that I am not aware of. Then we found linalool. This is very common inside of skincare. Don't confuse it from lanolin. Lanolin is from sheep's wool. Linalool is totally fine. It is related to salicylic acid, but it is different because it is an ester. And then on top of that, it's a fragrance, and sometimes it's even used in sunscreens. So this might be adding some sort of scent to the product. Then for someone who doesn't speak Latin, this name was something that was kind of a tongue twister. Hedicinum coranium root extract. Not familiar with it, decided to Google, and it comes up as butterfly ginger root. I wanted to look at a little bit of science behind it to see what it might be doing or what's interesting about it. It seems to be conditioning, and it seems to be kind of like a tonic, so this might be the toning action in the toner. And when I actually looked up a PubMed article, what I read in about 15 minutes pointed to that it's actually used in Indian and Chinese medicine. It actually can help cell apoptosis. Apoptosis is like programmed cell death, and specifically in cervical cancer. So the administration is different. Obviously, using this toner is not going to fix you of cancer. Do not use it that way. That is not going to happen. But it seems to be some sort of an Indian and Chinese medicine that causes cell apoptosis. So I don't know why it's in there, but okay, butterfly root extract, that's cool. Then we have tocopherol. Alpha tocopherol is vitamin E. This is tocopherol, so it's slightly different, but it is a conditioning antioxidant, so again, another skin conditioner. Then we have this kiwi seed oil. I talked about the complexity of this in the cleanser, but it's an omega-3, and you can watch the cleanser video to find out a little bit more about it and about why I'm a little confused. So overall, what do I think of this toner? I think this toner is a better makeup remover than the cleanser. The toner seems to have more oils, even with the sulfactant. They might be combined and blended into some of the more watery ingredients. But to me, this looks like it would remove makeup better than the cleanser would. There's a lot of ingredients in there that are just meant to condition the skin. I don't totally understand them or why they were being added, but you know, whatever floats the boat. With the squalene and with some of the other oils, I do have a hard time imagining that this toner is going to work like a regular toner. The purpose of a toner is to balance the pH of the skin and to prepare the skin to really absorb a serum or a moisturizer or anything you put on after. But seeing all of the oils in here and seeing all of the ingredients, this might be a really nice conditioning product, but I don't think it's going to act like a regular toner. Again, I don't have it in my hands, so I could be totally wrong. But if you want to talk about the walnut scrub, that's what's up next. You can watch it here. Here's a video on the cleanser. And let's dig in, my friends. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. Subscribe, and I'll see you in this video. Love you guys. Bye.